This time on Pole House Blackpot Weekend Getaways, we continue our tour of Watkins Mill State Historic Site. This time we tour this 1900s woolen mill. We fix sausage cheese balls.
I think they're done, hon.
Last time we toured the Visitor Center and Watkins family home.
For the house tour, it's 1 o'clock. And then the mill tour is at 2 o'clock. So this is a sample of some woolen mill operation here at the Visitor Center. It's really neat. There's a belt running here that powered from, sometimes it could have been from an engine or even from water wheel from the other room. And it came up there, if you see, all the way across here. There's a line shaft, they call it. And then they can run multiple belts down from these pulleys. And here's like one example. Comes down, and this is where they did made the wool into fabric for making whatever, clothes and you name it. Pretty neat old school way of doing things.
We watched a short video on the woolen mill process. After the film, we went out the door and started our tours. Last week we showed you the house. After the house, we took another short walk to the woolen mill.
I don't know if you can see them over there, but we also have sheep here at the woolen mill.
We start our tour of the woolen mill outside. We start off in the boiler room and the actual steam engine. Shortly after this is when we figure out that the process is not well thought out.
So this is our steam engine here. And have you ever been to the Steamboat Arabian Museum in Kansas by any chance?
No, but we've been to the Steam Festival.
Okay. All right. So
Lots of times.
that's fine. That's fine. Steamboat Arabia was a steam-powered boat, and it basically sank outside of Kansas City, and then the river shifted, the whole thing got buried. And then after a while, he dug it up, and it's an awesome. So this is our steam engine here. And this big wheel here, when it ran, it went about 68 RPM, and it's basically a little faster on the side. And we're ready to do our cone. That's our next step. And that's upstairs.
On the first floor,
In this room is where the first processes start, turning the wool into something usable.
it is then taken outside and washed. is then dried on this walkway.
called carding. These are called hand-
Now it's up to the third floor where the wool or fleece is combed in a process called carding.
line in a row there. And in the book, Farmer Boy, everybody familiar with Farmer Boy? Kind of, sort of. That's how Monzo, that's the guy that Laura's gonna get stuck with. And it's his story when he was a kid. And they sheared the sheep, and his mom was gonna make him a new pair of pants. It's gonna be his first pair of pants. He's been having to wear his Dunn Brothers pants all this time. And so if you could imagine.
Then the wool is taken back downstairs to be dyed. Then it goes all the way up to the attic, which we didn't get video of, where it's dried up there.
When you look at Victorian photographs, because they're black and white, but Victorians love color. They love color. And these are this is stuff you could do at home. Tansy, industrial.
Once carded and dyed, it then goes to the second floor to be made into yarn and blankets or fabric.
At a spinning wheel. And we have 4 of these are called fourth, it's all stationary. And this is where you see the kids in the Lewis Hines photographs in their little ratty overalls and things like that, working the equipment. So we have this big shift from skilled, highly paid worker into basically child labor. Anybody 11 years old?
12.
All right, so you remember being 11, right?
Yeah.
So an odd thing is, we were talking about injuries, kind of, sort of, we kind of mentioned it. They don't keep any records of people who get injured or anything nasty that happens. But we do know who everybody was and how old they are and what they did. And we know that 11-year-old. Well, the last time I moved, I can't remember when it was the last time. So I'll do it. Something about years and years. So this is our.
A hank of yarn.
A hank of yarn.
Where is that?
So stood here, ran these 2 looms, and these are power looms. Once you engage them, they're doing all the work. You're basically just hanging out, tending to it. And when they ran, this is going back and forth, and these going up and down. And this shuttle here, these sticks are catapulting this shuttle back and forth. They're just flinging it across. There's no guides or rails. What's another word?
Well, we just got done with the Watkins Mill woolen tour. And I'll tell you what, it was $5 for the tour of the house and $5 for this. It's well worth that $5. That's pretty cheap.
Yeah, the $5 per person got you both tours. Yes.
Per tour.
Yeah, so we paid $10 total. Got tour both.
Oh, it was $10
$10 total.
Oh, I thought it was $5
No,
a piece.
No.
Well,
So
that's
we paid total $10 and got almost
$2.50 a piece.
2
Man.
hours worth of tours. And the house was neat,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of great house tours around the country. And
But
the
there's
state.
nothing like
There's
this.
not very many woolen mills.
They said that there's
tours
only
like this.
2 items that don't work. We can't remember what the second one is, but the first one's obviously the boiler. It's
Yeah, the
done.
steam engine in the boiler, which they actually said came in here used from a steam locomotive from a paddle wheel. A boat.
Boat.
Yeah. And it was, like I said, used when they put it in here and they started this operation going in 1860 and it ran to 1898. And that boiler probably never shut down because it takes a lot of time to get the heat back up in a boiler. And the mill ran 6 days a week, so
Yeah.
they probably ran it all the time. So it had a pretty good
and
life, I think.
The other thing
Life.
that was interesting is they couldn't bring the boiler until winter times because the ground wasn't froze.
And there's no other way to get it here, so
Yeah, they had to have really hard ground to get it here because it was so
and
heavy.
they put it with oxen on some kind of a extra heavy.
You ought to come check out Watkins Mill.
It's a wonderful.
And it was more
Historic
than
place.
just the grist mill or the wool mill that they had here. It was actually could be called Watkins Mills because they not only had the woolen mill, but they also had a grist mill here somewhere.
And they actually, Mr. Watkins was in
He was a farmer to start
other
off
stuff too, and they actually built the bricks for this building.
Yeah,
right
that
here
was another mill
on
that they
site.
had was a brick mill.
Yeah, so it's a really
and they had a
neat-
sawmill, so it was Several different
Everything was
mills.
probably made for this building right here on site, so for the most part. So that's pretty neat. So yeah, come check out this mill if you're in the area.
So, we're gonna head back to camp.
All right, we'll see you in a bit.
Before we get back to camp, we go through this tunnel and we found the school and the church. Church?
That building back there, look at that.
Yeah. And there's the school. Well, we've made it back to camp. And we go home in the morning, don't we?
Yep. Saturday evening, and we have to do some supper.
So we're gonna fix sausage balls. I thought they sounded good to me.
Yeah, and
So-
actually it's more of an appetizer.
Yeah, it is.
A lot of times we're going to use it as a sausage ball.
We're gonna use it as our main dish.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make him mix it up, and then I'll form the balls. So we'll be right back.
Sounds good. All right. Okay, so we're going to start with 1 pound of pork sausage, and I already put it in here. You can use, just regular pork sausage,
Whatever
or you
your
can
favorite
do, even a spicy sausage would be good.
Yeah, it would.
If you know it's a spicy sausage, you can put some little bit of cayenne pepper in here to spice it up. So I'm going to kind of mix it, start breaking it up, because this is a little bit of a pain to mix up.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of hard to make.
1 egg. Kind of get that egg mixed in good. Alright, and to that egg, we're going to add 2 cups of cheddar cheese, already shredded.
Or you can shred your own if you want
Shred your
to.
own, of course, certainly good. Now, before we add the last ingredient, it's a pretty easy recipe. Only one more ingredient. Last ingredient, we're going to mix all this up, getting this mixed together.
I made him do the hard part. That's how it looks so far.
Alright, now believe it or not, this takes a full 3 cups
This is what makes it bake.
of baking mix.
And we may not eat all these tonight. We may save them and feed them to Leslie.
Clumped in there, hard to come out of there. There's one. Stir it around there, get it clumped out.
Now don't cheat yourself on that baking mix. There we go.
2.
All right, is that gonna finish it?
I think we can have enough. No, probably won't finish it. Yeah. This is easier. There's another cup left.
Figure out something to do with that, won't we?
I'll make pancakes one of these days or something. Baking mix works good for lots of stuff.
Yeah.
Now, the fun part, start mixing this in. Takes a little bit of good old elbow grease stuff.
Hence why he's doing it.
Get all this mixed in. Now, probably the best way, like Angel just suggested a minute ago, roll your sleeves up. Get the worst of this
Now,
on
I'd make him take his ring off if he could, but it's stuck on there.
Well, it's not like I got little spots. I don't have a diamond ring or something. Get your hands in there and just start mixing it up. Kind of like you would meatloaf. You gotta get dirty to get a meatloaf done. Alright, I think we're just about getting it done. There's a few pieces in the bottom that will kind of pull out as we start getting it
I think it'll stick together.
done. I think we're getting real close. Let me do a couple more right around this. Right there, as you can see, starting to make a ball. So yeah, we're getting real close. Get that middle in there, and you might have to mix a little bit as you start making the balls once you down toward the bottom. Okay. All right, hon, I got the hard part done. You want to do the rest?
Yeah.
I gotta go get the Dutch oven and that, and get some charcoal going, because this is basically a baked item. So we'll be right back.
Well, honey, can you
Yeah.
go get the Dutch oven for me?
Yes, I can.
Thank you. The lid. Yep. You already did something.
I put a little bit of spray in the very bottom just
Yeah.
to make sure.
I wanted to check and see if it was a good shape, and it is. See, look at that. I got me a tablespoon.
You
Wait,
can use ice cream. Small
ice cream
if you
scoop would
want,
work
like
fine. but
2
we don't-
ounces work good. About the size of making a hush puppy or something, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Kind of what you're making.
Yep. Squeeze it together. Don't quite remember how close to put these together.
Oh, we can always move them around after you get them in there, can't we?
Yep. Oop, I need that little piece. So I think I need to do this about a dozen times or more. Yep. This last one. Now look, I got them all fit in there. They look pretty. So we're gonna bake these about 30 minutes. You need to get to it, dear.
Almost ready. So, I'll bring these over. And grab our lid. Okay, about 5 more minutes and we'll get these baked.
Do I need to check these briquettes, dear?
Yep. Let's see, they just
Oh yeah, they're all right.
right enough.
Yep.
Worst of this off. Put the Dutch oven on the hot spot. Get it
Yeah,
over.
we almost set a few leaves on fire this morning, didn't we?
Worst of them out. Okay, let me get my tongs ready. Alright, we're baking with a 12-inch shallow Dutch oven, also known as a 6-quart, if you want it in quart size. And we're doing 350 degree oven is what it calls for about 30 minutes. So we're going to do 30 pieces of charcoal. So, 10 on the bottom. And the rest on top. So, around the outside edge. Get them all put underneath there. Alright, I think I got 10 on the bottom. Looks like it. Now, put a nice bed, even spread all around.
He calls it
The
a
Ring.
checkerboard.
Well, there's a ring on, ring on the outside, then we make a checkerboard basically. You're right. Either way, checkerboard, nice ring around the outside, but yeah, some in the middle and around the outside on top. Never any in the middle on the bottom. Okay.
And why is that?
We don't want to get a hot spot in the middle, because no matter how you rotate, it's still going to look like, you're still going to get that hot spot coal in the middle, and you're going to burn the inside, the middle part of your food. Alrighty, oops, I got 5 instead of 4. I'll spread them out. Closer, do 4 in the middle. Set our timer for 10 minutes since we're baking. And when even browning, we're going to go 10 minutes, rotate, and cook at 10, rotate again, and hopefully in 30 minutes, we'll have supper. So
Is
we'll
it
be back.
windy?
It's windy enough and a little cool. It's not very windy, but it kind of comes and goes. So I'm going to grab the wind guard. As soon as you don't, that wind or breeze will come back up. Okay, see you in 10 minutes. All right, it's been 30 minutes. Let me get the wind guard out of the way. So we'll see if they're done.
Yep. Oh.
They probably need to brown a little bit more, don't they?
Yeah, just
Yeah,
a little
let's give them
bit
a little bit more time.
Yeah.
They're close.
Not too long.
All right. We'll be back. Show them when you're completely done. Okay, we went 6 more minutes.
Yeah.
We'll see what they look like now.
Oh, looky there, looky
I think
there.
they're ready. Yeah,
So-
they look good.
Yep.
Okay, we also are going to have some squash that we cooked up over here.
We'll
Burger.
show that to you another
Yeah, one of
day.
these days we'll show that in a future video. They're pretty good. So,
Yeah, they are. So, we're going to get to eating.
yep, we hope you enjoyed this Dutch oven video on how to do sausage cheese balls.
And we'll see you again in the morning.
Yep.
Well, that does it for this weekend getaway. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. And join us next week as we continue this adventure. And thank you for watching.